Are you ready for publication-worthy details in 10 minutes? I'm going to share with you all my tips and tricks, and this flat lay you're watching only took 9 minutes, so get ready. All right, let's jump on in. Thank you so much for following me along. I love to start with ribbon. I think that is the easiest way. And again, the eye loves a good diagonal line, so I'm just gonna drape it across. My ribbon is different than other people's ribbon because I make it. So I source the fabric from Italy and France and England. This ribbon, this Desert Rose, has this really great silk satin, and that's why it has more body and dimension. As you can see, even just laid like this, a lot of times your ribbon will be flat. Not this ribbon, because it's got great volume and body to it because of the material that it is. Next up, I always like to start with my styling risers. These are really important because they give your flat lay dimension. You don't want everything smashed on top of one another. So I've got my invitation. So I've got two pieces. I've got an envelope and then a really dreamy invite. So I'm probably going to need 2 or 3 blocks to get this started. I'm going to put them here. Again, this invitation is going to be the star of the show, so that's what should be centered in your frame, especially when it's a simple invitation suite, something like this that you only have 2 pieces. Really work off your invitation and put that in the center. This dreamy envelope liner is in this same nice warm hue of the ribbon. You never want to force your styling accessories, but you want to make sure that they work together. It's not a perfect match, but it is in that same warm copper rich dreamy family, so that's why it works so well. Next up, I want to show you, if I put this here, that looks good, but it's right on top of the other one. So again, because this is the star of the show, I want this to be elevated a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this smaller block underneath, and then I'm going to put the larger block on top like this, because again, invitation, star of the show. My envelope liner isn't in because again, I am just styling quickly for you guys, so we want to make sure that those things are in line. I got my suite here. Now let's keep building. What's the next most important thing? Our rings. And again, if orange isn't your thing, we've got plenty of other ring boxes to choose from. For this flat lay, I have chosen orange because we've got pops of that in there, but there's so many other colors that you could play off of because of this invitation suite. For example, this sand color, really great neutral, that would work really well. Classic diamond white always goes with pretty much anything. And then a mauve color because this has hints of the pink. So if you have a bride and you don't have the exact color of her wedding, look in your arsenal, look at the other details. Chances are you have something that could be used that would look nice with her invitation suite. Again, another little styling block. We love to add dimension where we can. So I'm going to nestle this ring here in the invitation suite because it's important. Okay, let me move this a little bit for you guys. All right, styling on the fly. Now, some of the other elements that we have from our styling kit, we've got these really pretty gold leaves. So we are going to layer those in with our fresh florals. These are just spray roses that I picked up from Trader Joe's. A lot of times the florist will have something like this, even if they don't have really pretty expensive flowers. You can ask them and see. You can do a lot of magic with the little spray roses. I'm going to take this out. I might not use all of these, but it's always good to have more than less. I'm going to layer the gold leaves. I'm going to put one underneath the riser like this. So again, it has that dimension. It's not flat. I might nestle this one underneath. You know what? I'm going to probably nestle that there. Let's work in some flowers. I'm going to put that there. And again, these gold leaves, you're gonna bring them, but they go with all of the elements in this flat lay because we've got touches of golds and the bronze. Again, as you're going, just kind of step back and look, make sure everything makes sense together. Don't get discouraged. Like, I'm looking at this now and I'm not loving it, but I'm trusting the process. I know I'm gonna add other elements. I'm framing the important areas with the florals. And again, we're gonna do some tweaking as we go. Also, some other elements that we're gonna be adding in are these wax seals, this cute little ceramic dish, and a wax stamper. So I'm thinking, again, I've got this great straight line, so I'm thinking I'm gonna want this probably straight too. So we're gonna put that there. Nestle this up here. I'm gonna put maybe a couple wax seals in. And again, all of these tones work with the invitation suite. And I'm gonna have these kind of cascading off down to the stamper. Okay, I've got the groom's ring. I'm gonna work that in probably over here and just stand it up. It's gonna roll, so I'm gonna put that off to the side for right now. I'm gonna add a couple more leaves up here to kind of frame around the florals. This one I'm just gonna set directly down on my styling canvas because I'm going to add another flower here, like so. And then I have these cute little rosebuds, still spray roses, just not opened. And I think I'm going to see this gap here. I'm gonna fill this gap in. And then down here, again, the eye just kind of is gonna cascade and flow through this. So I think I'm gonna add another rose here. Possibly one up here. Oh, I lied, I don't like that there. I think I'm just gonna set it right there on the ribbon. Okay, I'm looking at it. I feel like we have some balance, but I need some more elements. So, loose petals. Don't underestimate the power of small things like loose petals. So I'm gonna add a couple here. And again, I want them to kind of, this is our main center line of the flat lay. So I wanna work off of that and just kind of fill in some of the space. You want it to kind of just look organic. You wanna make sure there's enough space around the elements. Like if I tucked that underneath there, it might look a little bit funny. So make sure as you're kind of dropping them, you're leaving enough space between the elements. Again, I feel like I want some kind of like nestled in with the ribbon. That petal has seen some better days. Let's get a fresh petal. I pulled these off to take the pictures and they don't last very long. So as you're doing it, you might need to pull some fresh petals. So I really want this to just nestle right here. Oh yeah. There we go. Feeling good about it. Feeling good. That petal, worse for wear. Okay, so I'm looking at my flat lay. I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm gonna add in the groom's ring. I think I'm gonna stand this up right here. Oh wow, normally they roll, but it is playing nice today. So before I take the shot, I'm gonna go back and look at everything. This line is no longer lined up with the invitation suite. So I'm just going to straighten them out. And I want to make sure there's enough room between the elements when you are taking the picture with your camera. If it gets too close, sometimes it just doesn't look quite right. So looking at this, I think I'm pretty happy with it. Again, as I go back and take the pictures, I might tweak the invitation suite a little bit and turn it or pivot this ring box. Make sure that when you're taking your photos, you got lots of different angles. So, you know, straight on, from a side angle this way, a nice macro shot of the ring. And that's it. You brought everything that you needed. So you did some quick, easy styling. I walked you through this process and we aren't even at 10 minutes yet. So if I would have just styled it, I probably could have been done in maybe 6 or 7 minutes. So quick, easy styling. Please drop a comment below and let me know what you want to see styled next. Thanks so much.